welcome. This is Sal Subnis here with SS Multimedia. Today, we're going to be talking about adding decimals. So our objective will be understanding how to add decimals. Okay, and you all know that I'm not the best at straight lines, so just stay with me here. So of course, adding is putting two groups together to get a total, right? And decimals, basically like fractions, right? With the decimal point. So we have 0, and there's a decimal point for 2. So that would be a decimal. Right? So you all know what decimal is. I'm not going to explain that. Okay, and since there really wasn't much to explain in the objective, we're just going to go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you might have noticed that I have this arranged in boxes, right? So the reason, you're going to figure out the reason for that in just a few seconds. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be talking about today is an example. And the example we have is 3.69 plus 7.28. And just like adding any other whole number, we're going to be doing that vertically. Okay, so now I'm realizing I need the boxes to be a little bigger. Right, so there you go. See this, we're going to line this up vertically, and we need it to be perfect. Okay, and vertical means up and down. Okay, so we have 3 point, the point gets one whole box for himself. 6, 9, 7, point gets one box, 2, 8. Okay, and draw that line there. Okay, now, this is just like adding any other whole number. Okay, you do the same thing. You have 9 plus 8. Okay, that's 17. You put the 7 here, you regroup the 1. Okay, so we're going to draw that a little smaller there, because it's a regroup. Then we have 1 plus 6. Okay, that's 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9. Okay, and then we have 3. We're going to ignore the decimal points here. We're going to ignore that for now. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10. Okay, now, when adding decimals, the point gets carried down. Okay, so 10.97. There you go. Okay, now, I know this might have not been the best example, right? Because not always will the decimals be lined up perfectly, right? So I'm going to go down here. Okay, say I'm going to use the same problem, though I have to do different math every time, except it's going to be 3.6 plus 7.28. Now, what do I do in this situation? Right? If I try to line it up now, I'm going to get 3.6 plus, like if you do this differently, you might get 7.28 because you want it to line up. Okay, this is what you could have. Okay, now what you would do, and let me move this down again, sorry. You would add all this. Let's say this was 2, this was 2, this was 2, this was 2. Okay, I know it's not, but I still want to do the math right now. Okay, now what would we do? Would we carry down the decimal here? And then carry down the decimal here. Okay, I know that looks a little messy, so I'm going to do that in blue actually, so you see. Would we carry down the decimal here? Or would we carry down the decimal here? You don't know, right? Because that's very, very confusing. So now how should I do this? Okay, now we're going to write this again. And now the rule here is that it has to line up. Right? The decimals have to line up. This is how you're lining up. Okay, so what are you doing here? Let me move this a little more space here, right? If the decimals aren't lined up, it doesn't work, right? See, the decimals are in 2 different boxes here. This one will not work, okay? But if you see here, the decimals are in the same box. So that's why we are able to do this simple. Right, so now let's go here. Say we have 10.98 plus 9.28. Okay? How would you write this? Would you write it like that? No. The decimals have to line up. So what you would do, you draw the decimals first. Okay? Draw 2 decimal points here. Now, you would write down what goes on the left. What goes on the left is 10. You'd write 10. Okay, what goes on the left for this number is 9. Write 9. Okay? 0.98.28. There you go. And now, before you do anything, you're going to carry this down, put that point here. Now you can do simple math, right? And once you add all this together, you get a total of 20.26. Simple, right? That's how you can add decimals with absolutely no problems, because that just is how it works. There you go, right? And now we're going to go ahead and move on to problem time. Okay, because that was a quick lesson. It's basically only examples, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change the paper style back into the box. Okay, just for the time being for this lesson, because I want you to understand how this works. Okay, so we're going to be doing a different color for each of these. Okay, so we have 7.64. 64 plus 2.98. Okay, so that's how you would line that up. For the others, I want you to line that up yourself. And I also want you to draw a straighter line than me, because I am absolutely terrible at drawing straight lines. You should know that by now. Okay, so I want you to pause the video and give it a go by yourself. So I'm assuming that you paused the video and tried it out. Now we're going to check your answers. Okay, so since I've already set this one up, do this one first. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to make sure the decimals are lined up. Is it lined up? Okay, now we're going to do the math. First, we're going to carry down the decimal. Okay, now let's do it. And remember, this is just like adding any other whole number, right? 4 plus 8, 12. We group the 1. 1 plus 6, 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. 6, we group the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10. So our answer here is 10.62. Okay, and now when you're writing the answer, it doesn't have to be lined up, right? 10.62. Okay, that can be a little messy, but when you're actually showing your work, it has to be precise. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's use red. I like red right now. We have 4.72 plus 5.19. Okay, let's write that down right here. 4.72 plus 5.19. Okay, let's draw a straight line. Hopefully, yes. Okay. Remember, first and foremost, bring the decimal down. 2 plus 9, 1. Put that up. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. So our answer here is 9.91. Remember, this can be messy, but it's messy as you want here, right? Make sure you can still read it, but you can be a little messy there. This has to be precise. Okay, and now lastly, you know what, let's do blue. 1.17 plus 6.43. And again, we're going to write that down. 1.17 plus 6.43. Okay, now I'm going to bring this a little down, that way you can see. Draw a sort of straight line, a straight line for my standards. And remember, first we have the decimal go down. Okay, 7 plus 3 is 10. We group the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 1 plus 6 is 7. So our answer here is 7.60. 7.60. Okay, so our three answers we have. Okay, let me bring that a little up so you can also see the problem there. There you go. So the answer for number 1 is 10.62. Answer for number 2 is 9.91. And answer for number 3 is 7.60. Okay? And I know that maybe this might seem a little confusing, okay? And you don't need to use boxes like I'm doing, okay? You don't need to have to outline every single one of these boxes. You don't. All I'm just trying to make sure is that you get how precise you need to be when making these boxes, okay? And not making these boxes, when lining up your digits. Okay, because if you line it up like 1.17 plus 2.28, that's going to be crazy, right? You bring the decimal down here, and everything else will be on this side of the decimal. You'll get 2222, but it should be 2.22. So stuff like that, it has to be lined up correctly. So that's why I tried to get that with the boxes. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And keep an eye out for the next videos to come.